Bangladesh asks its neighbor India to extradite former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to face judicial proceedings. The spokesperson of India's Ministry of External Affairs says New Delhi has received the request. The formal request comes 2 weeks after India's Foreign Secretary visited Dhaka. It was the first high-level visit by an Indian official since Sheikh Hasina's 15-year rule ended.
India has received an extradition request from its neighbor Bangladesh. Bangladesh's Foreign Affairs advisor Tawhid Hussain told journalists in Dhaka that Ms. Hasina is wanted for a judicial process in Bangladesh. Dhaka's request to New Delhi on Monday came 2 weeks after India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri visited Bangladesh. Hasina's son Sanjeev Bazid posted a message on social media platform in which he said, and I quote, "We reiterate our position in the fair manner that Yunus-led regime weaponized the judiciary and we express no confidence on the justice system," end quote. He also had a word or two to say about the International Crimes Tribunal of Bangladesh. The ICT is a domestic war crimes tribunal appointed by the Yunus regime, despite proven records of defending war criminals, reportedly spread deliberate disinformation, can and hold farcical trial to serve the interest of Yunus. But the very prosecutor later altered his statement following a media expose. India signed an extradition treaty with Bangladesh in 2013. Under Article 6 of the treaty, extradition may be denied if the alleged offence is of a political nature. Article 8 provides another ground for refusal if the accusation is not made in good faith in the interests of justice. Sheikh Hasina stepped down in the face of counter-white protests led by student groups on August 5th. Bureau Report, DD India.
And joining us is Mr. Pinak Ranjan Chakrabarti. Mr. Chakrabarti is a former Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh. High Commissioner, welcome to DD India News Up. Now, may I begin by asking you, why has Dhaka made this request? What is Dhaka accusing Sheikh Hasina of?
Well, they have filed hundreds of cases of murder, human rights abuses, etc. Because the people who died during the agitation, because they were fired upon by government forces, police, etc., and the army, and maybe some others also, but then that is yet undisclosed. So I think they are ultimately, reached the conclusion that they should put the ball in India's court and ask for her extradition. And what I feel is that this could have happened earlier because they had all the data. But today, I think they have decided to do it to satisfy domestic constituencies also, and to tick the box that yes, we have done what we were asked to, we were supposed to do in terms of the interim government's agenda, and those who are backing that interim government, the Islamists and the students and others. So that is the position at the moment. So they have filed, I suppose, a note verbal asking for India to return Hasina to Bangladesh to stand whatever trial for the offences that they have, or the cases that they have instituted against them.
High Commissioner, can India refuse to extradite her?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's not a very easy case from what I can gather. After all, Hasina didn't have any cases when she came here. She was actually brought here by a major institution of the state, which is the Bangladesh Army. They are the ones who requested that we want to bring her over to India. And so the government of India at the last moment said, okay, and she came over here. It's not that she had cases against her and she was fleeing certain charges. That was not the case at that time when she came. So I think that itself is a bit of a question mark on the extradition request. As to she came here when and she was actually deposited here by the Bangladesh Army, the military, saying that she wanted to come here or whatever. They had forced her to come here. So in that situation, do the extradition laws really apply? I think these are the things that the lawyers will have to consider, will have to discuss and decide that whether this is a fit case for extradition.
High Commissioner Chakrabarti, Hasina's son, Sajib Wazed, says the Yunus-led regime has weaponized the judiciary and that they have no confidence in the justice system. Do you agree?
Well, there has been weaponization of the judiciary. There is no doubt about it. There were hundreds and hundreds of cases filed against Awami League leaders, Awami League workers. And today the situation is such that cases are being lodged against anybody that the Jamaat and the BNP or the students feel that there is an opportunity here to harass them. And I believe that also, and I'm told from my friends in Bangladesh that these cases are being used for even extortion of money. And that, okay, we will drop these cases provided you pay so much. So this is a very murky situation there. And people have taken advantage of all this and are going about doing all kinds of things that should not be happening.
I want to go back to something that you said earlier in your intervention, High Commissioner Chakrabarti. What should one read into the timing of it? It's come a couple of weeks after India's Foreign Secretary visited Dhaka.
Well, it's a signal that, we are not yet ready to normalize relations and we will pursue our agenda. That is the interim government's agenda, which could be linked to various forces, both domestic and foreign, and that this would keep up the pressure on India. Because ultimately the regime change operation in Dhaka was designed to put pressure on India as well. And to tell India that, we can create trouble for you in your neighborhood. And so I think this is part of that game plan. And we are aware of it. And I think we will have to deal with it with that awareness at the back of our mind.
So on balance, where do you think India-Bangladesh relations are headed?
Well, at the moment, I don't see very positive direction. Because as long as this government, which is temporary and has to go out and give way to an elected government, they have a temporary agenda, but who knows that this agenda may be carried forward by the next government, and then things obviously will not be normal in terms of bilateral relations. However, we are willing to be patient, I think, and we will deal with it as it happens, because we do not want that this relationship actually, explodes and becomes something much more difficult to handle.
High Commissioner Chakrabarti, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.